Into your souls, my beloved brothers and sisters. I am Jesus. Those times that we have spoken of that will bring great change to the world is upon us, beloved souls. And there will be difficulties, obstacles, problems of all sorts that will come with these changes. The world is on the verge of great change, shifts. And a new awakening of understanding of the soul. Because the leaders of your world will not look at truth. Because the vast majority of humanity continues to be drawn away from all that which is of light and spiritual and truth and God. Because the world, your earth, shudders in pain and imbalance. So these changes must come. So the world must shed those conditions that are not for life, but continue to conspire to make life more difficult with great pain, suffering. My beloved friend, it is a serious time. For the great adjustments that are coming are not easy for any of you. And yet you live within a place that is peaceful. And when that time comes, where you must sustain yourselves, there will be the resources available for you all. God will guide you forward. You will know what you must do. You will see what must be seen. You will act in a way that is in harmony with God's plan and will for you. But most of all, my beloved friends, you must be prayerful and in alignment with the Creator, our beloved God. For God has much work for you to do. There is a plan afoot that will engage each one of you and many more as you awaken to a journey that God has opened for you to serve your brothers and sisters, to walk a path that is lit by God, to be those instruments of change and healing, of love and truth. And you will be inspired, beloved souls, inspired deeply, inspired by the angels, inspired within your soul to open yourselves more fully to God. And there will be many others who will follow in your footsteps, who will join you in your work, who will have the desire to fulfill God's will and plan for humanity. And you will come to know one another. Many of you will gather together in time. Many will see what God's plan is and confer with one another and affirm with one another what must be done. Yes, there will be great suffering, but also great awakening, great joy, and deep understanding of the true purpose of life, the true awakening of humanity in these times of great turmoil. Much has been put into place, beloved souls. We are prepared. Though the world continues to sleep, and the world continues to assume that all will be in order, despite those warning signs that things are not as they seem. Beloved souls, you must be strong. I have spoken to you in the past about these things, about what is coming. And I have instructed you as to what you must do to prepare yourselves. And to some degree you have heard me, and to some degree you have not. But now I say to you, my beloved and beautiful brothers and sisters, now is the time to be with your Heavenly Father as much as you can be, to open yourselves as wide as is possible for you to do so, to yearn and long for God, and seek the awakening of your soul through the blessing of His love. There is always great light to be had within you, my beloved souls. And there is light within you, which must be increased and multiplied. For the world will need those who are strong, those who seek to serve in love, those who carry with them the wisdom of the soul. For as the old falls away, so there is a great need to teach what is new and true and powerful in light. Are you willing, beloved souls, to to walk upon this path that God has designated for you? Are you strong enough, beloved souls, to be in the flow of God's will? Are you humble enough to listen and to allow God to guide you? Do you have great compassion for your brothers and sisters who continue to sleep through the storm that is gathering? For it is with compassion and love that you may teach the truth, not with a sense of self-righteousness and insistence, but humility and grace. This sort of strength is not usual in your world. Those who shout and insist seem to garner the greatest attention. But I tell you, my beloved brothers and sisters, that when you walk in the truth, express the truth, live the truth in ways and means that demonstrate the power of it, then you teach a great lesson. You give a great teaching to all who observe you. And in time, the opportunities to speak of truth, to truly reveal the wonders of God's love, will come. Doors which you have not anticipated will open. Leaders of the world will be seeking answers. Your brothers and sisters will be seeking comfort and truth. There will be much demands upon you, those who are willing to step forward. And you have all known within your souls that a great purpose lies within you. And you will come to realize what that is and how it will manifest in your lives. As always, you must take it one step at a time. Do not rush out. With such a fervor of feeling and thought that will sidestep God's will. God's timing must always be taken into consideration. God's will be revealed drop by drop, day by day. In this you must be faithful. You must be strong and steady in your efforts to continue to be in harmony with God, in harmony with God's laws of love, in harmony with all those around you. There is nothing to fear, beloved souls, for each of you is a nexus of light, that will help to protect and enfold all those around you. And in this, be joyful that finally a corner will be turned and the direction towards oblivion will be halted, and the earth in one day in the future will know harmony again and great peace. Is this not what you all wish for? It is certainly what has been prayed for. May you walk in the light, my beloveds. Seek the truth. Be a true and clear channel of love and light. Be steadfast in your efforts to be with God and to walk in the light of God. Do not let any individual dissuade you from your work. Do not let any disharmony distract you within your minds. Let go of all of your fears and allow God's great love to wash over you, bringing peace and truth, wisdom and joy, opening those gifts that God has meant for you to express. The awakening of your soul is the paramount of importance at this time, for it is those gifts within you that will be used by God to help save many souls, help influence many as humanity gathers together to help save itself. So you must point to God and say, this is the source of all that is required to save each soul from the darkness, turmoil of those conditions which have been created over millennia by the choices of humanity. So it is time to make another choice. Choice for light. A choice to be responsible for each and every soul's actions, for themselves to see and awaken to truth. It is time. It is long past the time where the truth must be known, and the acknowledgement of He who has created all, and whose intention is that all shall live in harmony and peace and love. Humanity must open its ears and eyes its minds and souls to this truth, rather than continue to insist upon its own power and choice to do as it will on this world. And so you will see what comes of this choice that humanity has taken to be independent from God. And there will be many who will come to see the folly of their ways, and many who will not see. And so the choice will be made, and the consequences that will follow. This is not the end of times, as some may think, but it is the beginning of new times, an era of light and greater harmony. And this will come on the heels of great challenges and terrible decisions and great suffering amongst humanity. This is not God's will, but unfortunately, it is what humanity has chosen, and will reap the whirlwind of their choices. I am sorry to be so serious today, to speak of these things, but they must be spoken of. You must be prepared, not in fear, but in love. You begin to see how things are changing rapidly in your world. And you will see more escalations and conditions intensifying. Do not fear, beloved souls, but seek the shelter of God's embrace and be guided thus in the great flow of His will and love. And in this way, all will be well with you and your loved ones. And you will begin to see in your lifetimes the dawning of a new age, a new beginning, a beautiful awakening of humanity to greater light and truth. How fortuitous you are to be present at this time in the history of humanity, and to be instruments to help usher in this new era of love. May you seek to know what you are meant to do. Each of you, may you awaken to that soulful knowing that lies deep within you, that which God has placed within you, that now will emerge and blossom in your countenance and light. God bless your beloved souls. I am Jesus. Master of the celestial heavens, I have come to counsel you, for the time is ripe to speak of these matters. God bless you. May his love run deeply within your soul, awakening every aspect of your being, bringing you into harmony with God and what you are intended to be and will be. God bless you. I walk with you. My love is with you.